That man is bad. Drake Maye. Remember how we talked about how Drake Maye apparently is only good against bad defenses? And I gave a whole speech about it. And I was like, well, let's unpack that a little bit. It's not really fair to lump that on him. And I said that it's going to be a win-win situation either way. I said, because Drake Maye is a young quarterback, and if he plays great against a great defense, that's massive. That's huge. That's exciting. And if he struggles a little bit, it's like, yeah, makes sense. He's a younger quarterback. So then what does it mean when you play out of your mind against a great defense? When you go 18 for 24, 282 yards, 11.8 yards per attempt, 3 touchdowns, had the 1 interception. I know he's awful. He did get sacked a bunch, 6 sacks, but a 135.8 pass rating and 7 carries for 50 yards to boot. Listen, I thought this was, an impressive win when we zoom into it. When you zoom out when you're looking at the Patriots as a whole, I almost said the Panthers, the Patriots as a whole, and Drake Maye as a whole, you're like, this is not a good team, right? You're in terms of going up against the Cleveland Browns. And I told you guys this a couple weeks ago, that the Patriots and Drake Maye especially have graduated from beating bad teams in terms of like not only going to be so impressed when you're beating up on bad teams because you're a good team, you're a great team, and you're a good quarterback, you're a great quarterback. Like, I'm not impressed when Josh Allen does it, not impressed when Patrick Mahomes does it, and you've now graduated, which is awesome. It's as much of a compliment as you can get in that situation. So again, when you zoom out, you're like, okay, good. I expect you to take care of business. But then knowing that the Cleveland Browns defense has been as great as it's been, and again, they got home to Drake Maye, but to still see the success, again, some gifts from the Browns with some interceptions and whatnot, which is, totally fair. I wasn't really looking at this game through too much of a lens of Dylan Gabriel, honestly. I'm pretty hyper-focused on Drake Maye, and the Patriots had a little bit of trickery going. You got Mac Hollins playing great, 7 catches for 89 yards. The 21-yard long. You had the 39-yard long to Booty, 44-yard long Douglas. Like, there were some big plays here, right? Like they were kind of going big play hunting a bit. I felt that they were really aggressive, but also, there's a difference between being aggressive just for the sake of being aggressive. And I felt that this was all very much part of the intention, which I just really appreciate. I really appreciate. And you can tell the confidence that they have in Drake Maye. And him running this offense, you see it. It's as clear as day. But still not done in a way where it's just like we're just gonna lean on this kid as much as we possibly can until we break him. Like they still obviously had the intentionality of saying we still want to hand the ball off. And obviously once the score starts to get more and more separated, you just know, okay, you're just trying to come away with a win here. You're not trying to, reinvent anything or try to send some grand message to the league. So this is the difference when you have a balanced team, a great young quarterback, and you're well run from the coaching side. Like that's the difference here. You can't say enough about the coaching staff and what they're able to do on both sides of the ball. I think sometimes what can get lost when you look at a box score like this, 18 for 24, 282 yards, 3 touchdowns, 11.8 yards per attempt, 135.8 passer rating, is the level of some of the levels of accuracy. Obviously, still going to have some errant throws, right? Obviously, going to make some bad decisions at times, right? We know that happens to every quarterback, but especially a young quarterback. But it's just that some of his throws, the level of accuracy combined with the difficulty, the distance, the spacing, the pocket, like it's just so high level. It's just there's just no other way to look at it. There's just too many moments when you're just like, that was perfect. Right? Like that is. And that's why I always will encourage people. And this is funny because what did I say? I just remembered this now. When I said going to this game, I said, don't really focus too much on his stats or whatever it may be. I said, when you're watching this game, ask yourself the question, do I feel like I'm watching a seasoned veteran here? Right? Like, is he comfortable? And he is. And in that comfort, he makes some plays, he makes some throws that you're just like, what else do you ever need out of a quarterback? do you ever need? And Patriots fans know this. I mean, they literally are home to Tom Brady. I mean, come on, they literally know better than any other fan base. So I am by definition preaching to the choir here. And this is why I pushed back on Nick Ray last week when he said Drake May is right on schedule of being a superstar. And I'm like, no, he's not. He is so ahead of schedule right now. I mean, it's just he is so ahead of schedule. And don't downplay how messy last year was from a coaching perspective, from not putting himself in a position to succeed. Like, that is hard for a young quarterback. That is really hard, and it adds even more pressure to succeed this year. It really does. So, like, things were stacked against him a little bit, from like, at least from like a outside pressure. From an inside perspective, in terms of what the Patriots have done, nothing has been stacked against him because they've masterclass, an absolute masterclass of how to support your young quarterback, how to make changes right away, how to not mess around, how to not dance and be like, well, what about this? Well, what about? No, they were like, nope, we're making changes right away. We don't care. We're making changes. We're doing everything we need to do. We're doing it, right? There was no dancing around it. And the Patriots deserve all the credit in the world for that. All the credit in the world. Like, right now at this point, you can start to point to Drake May and say, he's in an awesome situation. He's so fortunate. He's so lucky. Last year, you would have been able to say the opposite. You would have said, it's tough. He got drafted to a bad team, bad coaching staff, bad roster, bad, right? Like, and you would say, it's just unlucky that that's where he is. And in less than a year, that's completely changed now. Now you would just have to say, well, he's really lucky. You can make those excuses for like Cam Ward, Jackson Dart, any of these other, younger drafted quarterbacks, Shador Sanders and the Cleveland Browns, Dylan Gabriel. And you can't say that about the Patriots. They turned that around in literally a blink of the eye, in a literal blink of the eye. And it's just really impressive to me. It just shows you why teams need to be aggressive with making decisions. Why you don't just keep saying, well, we'll give it another year. Well, we'll wait. Well, let's just. It's like, take chances. Take big swings. Make moves. Make moves. That is why the Patriots are 6-2. That is why Drake May is playing awesome. That is why, if you don't make those moves, you say, well, we'll give it another year. There's a great chance that Drake May is kind of having, 3/4 of this year that he's having right now. It's a little messy, a little, whatever, kind of, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. They're, 4-4 or something, right? Like, they're not having the level of success that they're having right now if it wasn't for literally every single decision that they've made. Every single decision that they've made. And the Patriots just deserve just a massive amount of credit. A massive amount of credit. And I think sometimes we can also lose sight of that when you have a young quarterback who's playing great. Because you're just like, well, he's just such a great quarterback. And you're like, yeah, which is awesome and really exciting. But don't overlook the decisions and the moves that the Patriots as a franchise have made. So really exciting, really impressive. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? I'm all fired up about the New England Patriots. I love that I can be making post-game Patriots videos now, and Patriots fans rise up and watch them. Once upon a time, nobody was watching them. So I appreciate it. I appreciate the Patriots fans getting after it. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.